What's up guys, this is ScherBR talking, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I want to talk about Silver, one of my favorite characters in the game. She has plenty of different styles, has a very unique design. She rivals Leon. He still is the best damage dealer but for very long fights, while Silver is the best damage dealer for shorter fights. So there's a lot of things that she can do in the game. She can do plenty of different damage types as well. So in order to clear some doubts about the best attacks, the best cycles, and how to use her in boss fights, I want to talk about her right now. In order to get the full potential of Silver, you need to have 4 different styles, but 2 of them are more important. The other 2 just add even more. The first one is a global axis style called With the Power of a Dragon. This one is a master of sun damage and has the highest damage potential on start. Then we have the UDX style, called The Opal of Wind Be Mine. This one is a better cold and lightning damage dealer and has less damage but better defense and better BP generation. In long fights, because of the BP generation, you will do even more damage than the Global Axe edition. Then there is now the 2 other styles that don't matter as much, but they offer inheritance. These versions of Silver will use great swords, and the Halloween edition called Silver the Killer is Here has a skill called Acrobatic Thunder. 4 hits for Slash and Lightning, adding Slash and Lightning rotations to either of the 2 important versions of Silver. And she also has an interesting mechanic that she gets BP back when she kills units. And then we have the 4th great sword as well, called Silver Style Test of Guts. This one has this skill Storm Roar that is amplifiable and becomes as powerful AoE attack that also uses 2 LP. So this one is just for inheritance. Now we need to discuss all the rotations and ways to utilize Silver. Now for the first setup, let's talk about sun damage. If you want sun damage, you can use the Global Axe edition and equip her like a martial artist, giving the best weapon you have. Right now mine is the Remembrance martial artist because I really think she deserves this. But you can also use her dedicated weapon that is called Dragon Dance. And you can use the RS1 bonus, female bonus, and the third one can be either RS1 or single fold. That's the best one I have and it will work well. And for armor, you have to use the Power Suit. Then the gear is the Quicksilvers and the accessory is the Thundersticks. This one adds both STR and agility, and you should use an agility Holystone. So with that, you have the highest agility possible with this version of Silver. And, well, when you are using her for farming, she's going to open with Growling Tiger Whoring Dragon. This is a single target attack with triple S power. And then after that, she's going to chase with her Dragon Flame Blast. That is both heat and sun damage. So you will always have sun damage because the first hit and the follow-up are sun. That's why she is the best sun damage dealer right now for long fights. She also has 2 damage reduction passives. One she already starts with, and the second she needs to charge with Auspicious Dragon. So she's actually pretty defensive when you need. And for sun damage, this is the setup. The next setup is for cold damage, and here we'll be using the UDX style. She has the 3rd skill called Sia Roaring Dragon Kick that says it's triple S damage, but because she buffs Morale up before she even attacks, she will do 4S damage in the end. So after that, she's going to chase with her Frost to Living attack that is both cold and lightning. That's why she is a very strong cold damage dealer. Not just that, she also has a passive that recovers BP when she attacks. So if you are farming, she's a very strong cold damage dealer. If you are on a boss fight, you use Dragon Force to grant a second chase attack, and well, she will recover 3 BP every time that she attacks, making her a 6 BP per turn character that will allow her to use this skill more often. So this works for both farming and bossing. Now for blunt setup, there are 2 ways to do this. The first is by using the UDX style if you want a better BP cycle. If you are on a boss fight, well, you start and use Dragon Force. That will give you the Frost to Living follow-up. And then when you reach 12 BP, you'll be using SaGa Roaring Dragon Kick. This is stronger than her Global Axe style because this buffs morale up before you even attack. That will feel like a 4S attack, and then she chases with Cold and Lightning. Okay, it's not blunt, but when she does not have BP, she will be using Lightning Fist. And since she will be recovering 2 BP per turn, she is capable of using SaGa Roaring Dragon Kick at least every 2 turns for Nuke. Now, if you want to do damage for farming, you are better off switching style. You can just use the Global Axe because it deals a little more damage and inherit like this for farming. The next setup is for lightning damage. Well, we will be using the UDX version all times, because this has a chase called Dragon Force that gives you Frost Living again, and this has Lightning and Cold. Okay, so the skill number 3, SaGa Roaring Dragon Kick, does not have Lightning, so what do? We inherit Acrobatic Thunder from her Halloween style, and she will be getting 6 BP per turn. That means she can use Acrobatic Thunder every 2 turns. And when she does not have enough BP, she uses Lightning Fist. It also has Lightning, so she has a full Lightning cycle in boss fights. And remember that UDX Silver is more defensive, so she's easily the best lightning damage dealer in the game. There's not much competition in this regard as well. As for lightning damage, we will be using the UDX style again. And we have to inherit Acrobatic Thunder, because this skill has both Slash and Lightning, and her chase has both Cold and Lightning. The skill number 1, when she does not have VP, has Blunt and Lightning. That means that all of her attacks will have Lightning all the time. But there's one different thing here. Acrobatic Thunder is a great sword skill. That means that it benefits from STR and not agility. So you can still use the Remembrance martial arts weapon because you cannot equip great swords, but you have to fix your equipment thinking about STR first. Well, it's still okay to use the Power Suit because it gives both STR and agility. The follow-up attacks will still use both, but I believe it's better to bring the Purple Flower Sun Hat, for example, because it gives 5 points of STR. And for the accessory, you can still use the Thunder Stick in my opinion, but the best way is to give Holy Stone for STR. I will not be doing this because I don't usually change these things. That is for boss fights. If you want to bring her just for damage on farming, you can just bring the Titan's Belt, because this one gives even higher STR for even bigger damage. You can still use her for slash damage because of one Interest inheritance that comes from her Platinum style that's available in Platinum tickets. So it's 3 hits of B power that is stronger than many 4S attacks, just so you know, and it has a pretty cheap BP cost, only 10. If you are using her for farming against enemies weak to slash, well, inherit Vandalize plus leave skill number 3 on 15 for example, you're gonna do plenty of slash damage and you still have a follow-up attack. Now, if you wanna use this for boss fights, you have to use her UDX style, because she will get much more BP and it's more defensive. The damage difference is not that big, so you are better off just using Dragon Force on start so that you have 2 chases and recover 6 BP per turn. Vandalize only 10, that means that eventually you have more BP to use Vandalize. And for farming, we have a very strong cycle as well. You need the Halloween style and inheritance from the Summer style. The attack is called Storm Roar Plus. You need to amplify that, then on level 99 it's going to do lots of damage. It uses 2 LP, that's why you have to use with the Halloween style. Also, with this style, if you kill a target to recover 3 BP, so she has enough to use Storm Roar 2 times in a row. I have been using this on farming and it's amazing. And, well, Storm Roar is both cold and lightning, 2 elements that are not so common, especially together. And there's one good thing, if you do not have the Remembrance Great Sword, you can use Galahad's weapon, because this one increases cold damage. The attack also has cold damage, so it will benefit fully from the weapon. And now we have the tank build. This one is made for remembrance when you want to get the best of both worlds. You will be using the UDX style, since this one has 2 damage reduction passives. She decreases by 25% and then she decreases by 30%. Now, you can inherit Auspicious Dragon from the Global X style, and she gets minus 15% damage because of this skill itself. So we have 3 damage reduction passives. Not just that, the follow-up attack also recovers 1 BP. That means that with this build, Silver gets 7 BP per turn. So you will still be doing great damage, since Sia Horin Dragon Kick has the Monolith Up effect, and she gets 7 BP per turn, means that she can use this many times. And it was made for remembrance, since there the enemies are weak to all elemental types, so this is your best build there. So, well, this kind of resumes all the different builds for Silver, but one important thing to discuss is that when you're bringing her for farming, if you are using the Greatsword skills, she does not need agility. You can place her on an Amazon Raid Axe formation, for example, the Magia Fight formation, even the Wave Array formation. Although the Chain's attack will not get benefit from having both agility and STR buffs, she will still do more damage with the first hit, and that's what matters. Now, if you want to take full advantage of the martial arts attacks, you will need the Hurricane formation for farming. This one buffs both STR and agility. There is also the Desert Lance Axe formation, but this one is made for countering or for when you have a tank that can take many damages in the front line, although the UDX style could be used for that, it's not recommended. And there is also the Dragon Stance Axe formation that buffs STR and agility, but it's not exactly made for this type of setup, unless you have a secondary martial artist to use on slot number 2 here. Well, that's it guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't. If you want to support the channel, there are links in the description. I hope to see you soon in the next one. Bye.